Hello, welcome everyone. It's Friday, 27th of March. Despite all this, I still love Fridays. It's just that Friday feeling seems to lift the spirits a wee bit. Remember to get involved, text me, leave comments if you have any thoughts on anything we've been discussing or really anything. I'm getting a lot of feedback about this picture behind me, Whitehead. I've got to rep my hometown. Best town in the world? I don't know. Hard to tell. Quite a few people have been in touch to say that they're also feeling anxious from time to time. They're trying to stay positive, keep occupied with things around the house. I definitely feel that knowing we're all in this together helps quite a lot. Knowing that we're certainly not the only ones that are feeling anxious or afraid or concerned is significant. And there's no doubt that one of the good things that's coming from all this is that kind of togetherness. Every day, even when I go out walking with my dog, I see people on the street, and normally we sort of cross over so that we're not on the same side, such as the social distancing. But we always acknowledge each other. There's a hello or a how you doing, or isn't this crazy? And these are people I've never met before, and I think it's there's a craving for social interaction. I think there's a craving to chat and share and even simply smile at other people, and that's because we are all at the bottom of it all relational beings. The Bible tells us that we're all made in the image of God. That is to say, God's stamp is on every single one of us. So we're all made by God, designed by God, loved by God, shaped by God, and we all have a story to tell. No one is insignificant. We're all image bearers of the God of all creation. And that also makes us relational, since God himself only exists within this kind of perfect, harmonious relationship. He is three in one, Father, Son, Spirit. And since we're made in the image of this triune God, then we're made to be in relationship with each other, but most importantly, of course, with our God himself. Last night, we had a wonderful display of togetherness as people all around the UK went outside their front doors at 8 o'clock to clap the NHS workers who are doing amazing jobs. And I just found this really brilliant. It reminded me that we're part of a wider community. It reminded me that we have a lot to be thankful for. And these workers, whether doctors or nurses, whether auxiliary staff and admin staff, managers, whoever else, they're all on the front line there. They're working hard to keep hospitals open, to keep caring for people, to keep people well, to save lives ultimately, and making sure that families don't lose members. And they're risking their own health in the process. These people are real heroes, and they ought to be thanked, and they ought to be shown our deepest gratitude. And I'm sure we all have loved ones, family, friends who are part of that group of people. And so today we want to say thank you. We're grateful, and we're so proud of what you're doing. I wanted to ask a question to all of us today as well. Fire a response at me. Since we've been on lockdown, since you've been confined to your house more and more, what things are you becoming aware of that you're thankful for? What things are you realizing maybe that you miss? And maybe it's things that you've taken for granted for a long, long time. So do get in touch. Want to hear a bit of feedback about that. Last thing I want to share this morning's hopefully an encouragement to us. It's from Psalm 40. I just want to read these words. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in him. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. Folks, this is a reminder simply, God is with us. And actually, he's with us even in the pit. The psalmist says that he cries out to God when he's in that pit, and God answers, God hears, God responds. When we hit rock bottom, God is right there with us. That's this God that we have. And he has the power then to act, to lift us up out of the mud and the mire and set our feet on that solid ground. But sometimes it doesn't happen immediately. It requires patience. We see that right at the start of that psalm. He waited patiently for the Lord. Sometimes we've got to wait. But through it all, we can trust in God, since we know he has plans for our lives, and these plans are only good. They are only for our good. So whatever you do today, folks, keep leaning on the Lord who is good. Be thankful for the blessings around you. And until tomorrow, stay safe. God bless.